Streaming TV doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, it can be free. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Xumo TV is Senior Vice President for Content Programming and Partnerships, Stefan Van Engen. Thanks for joining us, Stefan.
Thanks for having me, Fred.
Give us the overview of what Xumo XUMO TV is all about.
Yeah, so Xumo started almost 6 years ago, filling the need for premium free content. And we are an over-the-top streaming platform and application with over 200 channels streaming for free, ad-supported, with over 12 genres of content. And it's all with no subscription, no sign up, no email, no barrier to entry, which is what makes the service so great for users.
You don't want my credit card number.
I don't need your credit card number. I would like your credit card number, Fred, but that's for other reasons.
Well, how do people get Xumo? Describe for us how it works.
Yep, absolutely. So Xumo streams in all of your connected devices, smart TVs. You can download the Xumo app on mobile, but most people utilize it inside their free TVs. Most of our audience is streaming content on 45 plus inches, on their main living room screen. So on smart TVs like Samsung or Vizio, Hisense, as well as Fire, Apple TV, Roku, etc. So it's widely available as an application.
Well, it's all about the content. So, and that's your bailiwick here. So tell us about what you've been able to achieve.
Yeah, so, what started in the early days, I'll give you a little bit of the history of it so you can kind of see how overall the industry has grown, but also Xumo has really sort of led the way in this. In the very early days, it was people with social video, a lot of short form video. If you think of the types of YouTube channels that were popular, in 2016, 2015, and we would stitch those together and create linear channels. So a TV experience, but maybe with more digital content. And how that's evolved in the last 5-6 years is really it's become television content and television channels. So now instead of just short form content stitched together in a brand channel that you may recognize from your social channels, you now have things like NBC News Now, ABC News Live, CBS News, Fox Sports has a streaming channel on Xumo, the PGA Tour, and a lot of entertainment brands as well. We still have some short form channels that are stitched together as linear, but those are ones that are high performing with really high quality, things like History Shorts from A&E. But more often than not, you'll see sort of a cable experience for free, no subscription, no cable bill on Xumo.
What's been the impact of the pandemic? All of us have been looking for new and interesting things to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's been two things. One, there is people are at home and so they're leaving their TV on more. So for Xumo, the volume of users, hours streamed, and all of the sort of access that didn't necessarily happen during the workday pre-pandemic was on full display and really helped kind of raise the bar of not just Xumo's profile, but the profile of all of these streaming services. And the second thing is that people have become reliant on services like Xumo as they maybe have made economic decisions to not continue with their cable bill, or it's just an easy access smart TV functionality or connected TV functionality that you have Xumo on. You have access to that news and information that everybody was craving, both during the elections during the pandemic, but also just on health and wellness and what's going on in the world from the news and information side. What we did see, if you're asking for the sort of full scope of what happened over the time when people were at home and quarantining and everything else, is it went from everybody riveted and stuck to our news and information channels to slowly migrating to using this as an entertainment service as well. And so we have over 15,000 movies available for on demand as well as in these linear channels. We have other entertainment channels as well. And we saw the migration from not just a news and information platform, but an entertainment platform, and really becoming sort of the centerpiece of daily information and entertainment for our fans and audience.
How do you differentiate Xumo from the competitors that are out there? I mean, people only have so many hours in a day, minutes in a day, and they have to make a choice here what they're going to watch.
Yep. So it starts with free, right? It starts with the fact that I'm not asking you for your credit card. It starts with the ability to just get the app and immediately have access to over 200 channels of content. So that's the differentiator from a lot of the market. Now there are other free streaming services in the market, and there it becomes both a user interface, how our linear channels and EPG and how we're serving those channels to the user are on display, and the ease of that use. And then it's the content, my world, right? Which is we have lots of recognizable channels, lots of premium content, full movies, full series of TV shows. And on top of that, we're starting to do exclusives films that are only found on Xumo. So you'll see that as a trend across the free streaming landscape with these AVOD fast platforms, free ad-supported streaming TV platforms in the months and years to come, where everybody's trying to differentiate with sort of exclusives, originals, that sort of programming to really set themselves apart.
Tell us what the vision is, where you go from here. I mean, this is, in a sense, it's back to the future, because when I was growing up, everything was free ad-supported TV.
Yeah, isn't that amazing that what's old is new again? And I think, you know, where we go is we continue to grow. We continue to bring content that the audiences are craving, content that helps build the entire ecosystem, and continuing to make sure that we're connecting content to audiences wherever they may be, whether that is mobile or TV or web.
There a chance that the local channels hop on board and that you can really compete with the paid streaming TV services out there?
There's more and more of those sort of cable channels that are finding ways to make their content available in these services. And it may not be exactly apples to apples or one-to-one from a programming standpoint, but there are channels like Outside TV Plus. Outside TV is a cable channel. Outside TV Plus is direct to consumer with no barrier and no subscription needed on the cable side. The difference in programming may be a day or two window, maybe a separate lineup, but by and large, you're getting the same quality, high quality programming across both the direct to consumer offering that would be on Xumo or the cable offering that might be on a cable carrier.
Tell us what's going on with this whole category now, and your ability to attract viewers and grow.
Yeah. So it really is around that that aspect of free. Lots of times when I'm talking to large groups of people, I'll say, "So who wants to pay a subscription fee for their content?" Nobody raises their hand. Who would like content for free? Everybody raises their hand, right? Now, it's not to say that you won't have subscription apps, you won't have Netflix or Amazon Prime, but this is a really good supplement to all of those SVODs. Where you have a lean back experience, where you can have that traditional grid guide, TV grid guide, and be leaned back and flipping to find something that interests you, where you don't have to make that pre-decision. I'm going to open up this subscription application. I know I'm going to go to this show and I'm going to binge watch 4 episodes, right? That's a choice that a viewer has to make. Something like Xumo is really easy and simple, and a lean back experience where it can sort of find the content for you, or at least make it easy to find something that you want to watch without having to make all those sort of choices that are being fed to you from a marketing standpoint to get you into the service.
And there's real competition going on with cable, which is interesting because you were acquired by maybe the biggest of the cable operators.
Yeah, we were acquired by Comcast about 18 months ago now. And, it's a really good fit. I mean, we're able to supplement what they're doing on the cable side with our direct-to-consumer application. The application lives on their boxes, and we see it as a complement, as a complement to the consumer, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the customer and making sure that they have access to all of the content that they want or need. And so that's how we look at it. In terms of the competition with other fast platforms, whether it be Pluto or Tubi, we all have sort of our niches and our content kind of point of view. In a certain sense, a rising tide floats all boats at this point, where it's really just about getting consumers used to this idea that there are these services that are free, ad-supported services that will serve you a premium content experience that can give you the news and information as well as the entertainment that you're craving without having to go elsewhere to subscription services or whatever. And then on the flip side, it will be about the differentiation of those content points of view in the future.
Is there any ability, are you looking at the ability for people to record programs they want, or is there no need? Is there enough on demand?
There's enough on demand. Almost all of our channels have some sort of on demand component. And then there are other, films, TV series, et cetera, that are just on demand. So we kind of supplement that in terms of not needing to DVR things or, appointment viewing for things, because there's so much of the content is already available on demand.
And you're not requiring people to sign in any way besides that, right? So.
Correct.
Terrific. So for more info, people can go where?
You can just start streaming at Xumo.tv, which would be the web application for it, or look for Xumo on your connected device, Roku, Apple TV, Fire.
And any significance to the name, or it just sounds cool?
It just sounds cool. I feel like if you're in OTT world, if you're in streaming, the streaming video world, you have to have a name that's only 4 letters.
And you've got it.
In a vowel.
Xumo TV, Xumo TV. Stefan Van Engen, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Fred, thanks for having me.
Cooking with the power of the sun. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, here to tell you about the latest innovation from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. The GoSun Fusion has arrived using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. A really bright idea. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere, day or night, rain or shine. I love what Patrick and his team are doing, and so will you. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co to check out all of the company's products and innovations, and use the code Techstination to save 10%. That's gosun.co.